Hello, everybody! Joe Bacon Donuts here, and welcome back for another episode of White Album Memories Like Falling Snow, where last time, actually got some human interaction with Sayoko there, and, you know, was surprise, surprise, actually going to school for once, finally, like, a fucking arc where you go to school for more than just singular, one-off, random events. I don't even think we went a single time last arc with Rena. Which, to be fair, there's no reason to. Other than, they could have done, like, oh, Rena wants to feel like a normal girl, so let's take her to the school festival incognito or something. Could have done something like that, but they didn't. But at least, Sayoko's taking us there, because even though she's not a student, just bumming free classes under the guise of trying it out. But yeah, anyway, I just got off work. I'm kind of tired today, but fortunately I don't have any work tomorrow. Well, I'm supposed to, but I took a day off. I have multiple free days off that I've never used, so I'm starting to use them. Give myself a nice 3-day weekend because I am feeling, as you can tell, tired. Just did not want to go to work tomorrow, and I very rarely take my days off. If they're use them whenever you want. I'm the kind of person who just hoards them. Like when I play RPGs, I keep all the mega, super full heal revive potions all the way till the end of the game. And I'll be lucky if I even use them on the last boss. Odds are I won't even do that. No, because I'll have built my party in such a way that I'm able to sustain without needing them. Because otherwise I'd have to use them, and then that defeats the point of saving them. But yeah. To make matters worse, I've already eaten, so I'm getting the itis, and it makes me want to take a nap, but I can't take a nap, otherwise I'll just never wake up until tomorrow morning. And also on top of that, it's too hot upstairs to go to sleep, and it's a really bad idea for me to sleep in my computer chair, just sit in full recline and try to zonk out. I can do it, and I have a pretty ergonomic chair, but it probably wouldn't be very good for my back at all. I'm getting too old. I didn't sprain, but I definitely strained half of my foot. Half the toes to the center of the ball of my foot is sore because I turned funny when I was walking, and I've somehow crippled myself from that. I also could have been when I fell off the ladder when I was trimming my hedges yesterday, because I have a little rickety ass step ladder that has been sitting outside in the elements for the past however many years, and it's finally starting to just kill me if I try to use it. I set it up, went up it, and then it just shifted. You know how it's supposed to stay rigid? It didn't. It just kind of went right, and went over at a 45-degree angle, and I had to jump off the ladder, and I kind of landed funny. In all honesty, that's probably what did 85% of the damage, and then somehow me turning on it just exasperated it and made it flare up today. And now I have to deal with it. Oh yeah. Other than that, not much going on. Let me take a sip of the potion that makes me not want to kill myself, aka my nice coffee. It really is, and, / was, a fantastic, absolutely fantastic purchase to buy the desk warmer, or the cup, mug, and coffee pots, kind of mix those two together. So that way I'm able to have hot coffee over the course of an hour or two if I'm drinking it real slow. I'll sip on it nice and slow. And by the time the cup is getting kind of lukewarm, I still have fresh hot coffee on my desk ready to go. like, sure, technically my coffee pot has a warming function, like the actual, like, little brew stand. It has, like, a ceramic plate to keep the pot warm. But then I'd have to, like, get up and walk all the way over there. While with this, it's in a bit of an inconvenient place, to be honest. It's to my left, which means I have to, like, reach around, like, the boom arm of my microphone to pick it up. So if you ever hear me kind of, like, leaning over to the side and getting closer to the microphone and talking, like, it's picking me up really loudly for some reason, it's because I'm trying to, like, deftly reach around without punching the microphone to grab the pot of coffee to pour myself another cup. So I apologize ahead of time for that. Oh, big yawn. Oh. Man, I am just exhausted today. But there's some things that, you know, a man's got to do what a man's got to do, and that is play visual novels for the masses. And I'm even going to add more stuff to my quote-unquote workload here. Because, you know, I'm a old soul, you know, an old man. I'm getting salt and pepper on the side. Hair's a little wispier than it used to be, like, in the back. Not to the point where it's, like, bad, but, like, when I put my hand there, I can feel like, ooh, yeah, there's a spot where, it's not as thick as the rest. But because of all those reasons, and because it's, like, a super important, like, cultural touchstone piece in, like, Japanese media, I've decided to download the 1971, you know, first season of Kamen Rider. And I'm probably going to record, like, my reactions to it and upload them to the channel. Not the full episodes with video and audio and what that from, like, the TV show, because that is a good way to get fucking killed. That is how the channel fucking dies. However, you didn't hear this from me. But if there's, like, say, some sort of Discord channel that I have that I could say, you know, post links to a third-party file hosting website that you could, per se, stream something on, I don't know what. You know, I don't even know what I'd put on there, but, you know, hypothetically, if I did, you'd be able to stream a audio-visual medium there with me in it, and maybe something else, who knows? I'm just, you know, speaking hypotheticals here, you know, you didn't hear it from me, but it doesn't matter if you heard it from me, because it's not a thing, so don't worry about it. But if it were, I would put, like, a link in the description of my videos to a Discord or something. I'm just saying. But yeah, with that out of the way, let's continue on with our little love quest here. Go hang out with well, no one for today, because it's the 18th, and we don't have any scenes until the 22nd. So we'll just skip on forward. Staying at home day after day. Ugh. My throat's a little scratchy today, too, on account of me trimming the hedges yesterday that tried to kill me. Besides, you know, trying to break my ankle and have me, like, Final Destination myself on my, like, running hedge clippers. Which, you know, fortunately, the designers were very smart, and they only work if you hold down, like, 2 buttons at the same time. So the second you, like, release your grip, it, like, automatically stops. So that way, you don't Final Destination yourself on your hedge trimmers. Yeah, but beside that happening, literally having my face in bushes covered in pollen has taken a toll on my health and sanity. So I am feeling the pollen at work. Really, I should take some, like, antihistamines, but I don't have any of my good ones, which I need a prescription for. Because just, like, the over-the-counter Claritin and stuff, and, like, the What's the other one? It begins with a Z. I can't remember. Zyrtex? Something like that. It puts me in a brain fog, and it's super unconductive to recording a series like that. Also, the other nice thing I can say about the Sayoko route so far is has a lot of actual events going on instead of just, oh, let's go to Echoes and talk with them for 2 lines. It's like, no, let's have like an actual scene here that goes for like 25, 30 minutes. You know, really get to them some meat, you know, the core of their character, that kind of thing. I'm working on the production team for a music show. Kind of nervous working alongside celebrities. First things first, the guest list. Oh, Sakurako Club is coming in. Wonder if I'll get to see Sayoko. I'm sure I will. I mean, she's their leader after all. Huh? Why am I so nervous? Maybe because I'll be seeing her on stage rather than on campus? Back when I only knew the face she put on TV, I don't think sharing a studio would have had this effect on me. Odd how that works. For some reason, now that I actually know her, my heart is pounding like crazy. By this time in the production, I've got to at least say hello to her. Or rather, I would have expected to. A call came in that another program was short-staffed, and as the newbie on set, I was offered up as a sacrificial lamb. I'm in the middle of studiously annotating an incredibly dense script. Apparently one of the actors is a little weak in the reading comprehension department. Aw, missing Sayoko's moment in the sun. Ooh, finally free from script duties. Now, annotating, do you mean like breaking down the script into like, what are they called? When they put the little script in like hiragana above the kanji? Or were you making like cue cards and stuff? Or origana? It's something like that. Anyway, doesn't matter. More reinforcements arrive partway through the work, and we end up finishing faster than expected. I wonder if the production crew has finished recording. As I quickly walk down the hall, distracted, a familiar name suddenly jumps out at me. Sakurako Club Green Room. The plastic nameplate is inscribed with a gothic-looking font. I don't hear any sounds coming from inside. However, it's not like I can just knock and see if anyone answers. Should I stick around for a few minutes? I was told that if I wrap things up early, I wouldn't have to go back to the studio until our debrief meeting. So, I don't have anything else to do. If only we were to randomly bump into each other. Yeah, just like that. Wait a minute. Every time I see it, that certainly is an outfit. I turn to see the one and only Sayoko standing there. She looks very different from the other day at school. Standing there in the hall, she comes off as far more striking. It's kind of weird. In my head, I know she's the same girl I've met before, and yet seeing her in that outfit makes me feel almost like I'm meeting her again for the first time. It almost feels like deja vu. Oh, right. I had basically the same reaction the first time I saw Yuki all dressed up. I'm sure Sayoko was dressed up that first time we met in the hall, but I was too distracted at the time to notice. Yeah, due to hitting your head off the ground and getting like a mild concussion. That's probably why I'm not used to seeing her like this. Yeah, and we work here. Did you forget? I've been so distracted by her appearance, I forgot to answer. I work here as an AD. Part-time, but still. What, did you hit your head off the ground too? We all just have holes in our brains? You know, memories seeping out like water through a sieve? When we literally ran into each other in the hall. She seems convinced enough. Did you think I snuck in here or something? Rude. He could be like a janitor or something. Response is pretty in line with her personality, though my opinion is the opposite. There's no denying there's an aura about her. Seeing her up close like this, it's almost overwhelmingly gorgeous. I mean it. You're just like caught in her pheromone field, bud. Your brain's not working right. Now, if it itself may not be anything all that special, but the way she wears it is what sets her apart from the average person. I understand why her fans feel the way they do. So, Yuki pulls off the girl next door image better.
Nani?
Huh? Something wrong? Yeah, you're like staring holes into her. Oh, sorry. It's the first time I've seen you wearing your stage clothes. I couldn't see much pinned to the floor last time. I mean, you got to see him just like from a different angle. It's all about perspective. She reflexively comes up with an excuse before cutting herself off. Hold on. Adjusting my microphone. There we go. Get it closer to my face so that way I can lean farther back to get comfy in my chair. But also, like, reposition the controller I'm holding so that way I'm not smacking the mic with it. I'm not mad about it at all. Line reads are hard. Man, I'm having a stroke. Maybe I'm the one with holes in my brain. Besides, that's how we met, right? Nope. Well, you know, when it's a person you kind of know, you know, off the clock, so to speak, all gussed up like that, all gussied up, you know, it can probably have a bit of an impact. Oh, sorry, didn't mean to. I find my eyes constantly drawn to her without realizing it. No, I don't feel guilty about it at all. Yeah, it's her fault. You know, look at the way she's dressed. Maybe making people feel comfortable with looking is part of the core idol skill set. Yeah, at least say it looks good. Sure. I feel like calling her gorgeous is a little too direct. Yeah, especially for a guy with a girlfriend. You're amazing. Truly. Yeah, that wasn't direct? Okay, bud. Yeah. Sorry. I couldn't think of a better way to put it. No, that's like backhanded and rude to like an upsetting degree. Oh, that would have been good too. Of course you would have fucking thought that. It looks like she's about to punch me before letting her hand fall by her side. As she peers quizzically into my face, she steps a little closer to me. Her gaze is so intense that it causes my heart to skip a beat. No real reason. That's just what came out. It's not a lie, but for some reason, I feel oddly rattled. Ooh, good face, good face. I like the eyes there. Doesn't say anything else after that. It's suddenly kind of awkward. Don't you have a recording to do? Also finished up all our work. Yep, I'm also done as far as work goes. I was helping out another crew, so I'm all alone on break right now. And I had free time on my hands. No, that was unrelated. If I told her I was waiting in front of her green room hoping to see her, she'd definitely call me a perv. What about you? Why aren't you hanging out with the other girls? The ones in the club? Yeah, you're a real fucking corporate group, aren't you? Yeah? I had no idea. It just only brought together by management. No real personal connection. Oh, that reminds me. I was supposed to help out with your taping today. You're on the music show, right? I was originally scheduled to work on that production crew. I wish I could have seen you perform live. Hmm? Looks like the rest of your club is coming.
こっち。
Ah! What's going on?
いいから。
She grabs me by the hand and yanks me into the green room. It's a separate one from the one with Sakurako Club written on it. Too many syllables there. She shoves me into that room before leaning back against the door. Why are we...
質問は後。今は静かにして。
Her ferocity causes my mouth to snap shut. The kind of cacophony only a group of girls can create passes by in the hallway outside. Meanwhile, the tension here in this room is suffocating. She lets out a shaky sigh of relief, far removed from her usual speaking voice. Still slumped against the door, her body slowly slides to the floor. She sits there without saying a word. I can tell she doesn't want to talk by the way her gaze is fixed on the floor. Silence seems to stretch out forever. Meanwhile, the tension in the air remains.
聞きたいことがあるんでしょ。
She mumbles quietly.
そんな顔してるわ。
I repeat my question from earlier. Where are we?
私の控室よ。
Hers? But from the way she says it, it's clearly not a good thing.
やめましょう。
Oh, you're really on the outs with them, huh? Her bravado doesn't last long. Sulking for some reason, she glances over at me.
嘘はついてないはずよ。
That said, she drops her gaze again, like she's reassessing her own actions.
わざと黙ってたわけでもない。あなたは頭から決めてかかってたし。
Those are called lies of omission.
しそびれて。
They're still not good to do. It's times like this where I'm sure I'd be able to offer better words or comfort with more life experience. But I'm just a kid who went to college because why not? And my way of speaking is far from refined. Yeah, probably a good thing to do would be like, hey, let me get you some water or something, you know? Give her a little time without you just, staring at her like this. It's green room, so I'm sure they have like a mini fridge with like beverages in there. I'm reaching around to grab my coffee. So if you're listening with headphones on, you probably heard me like shift over to the right side of your headphones. I'm doing it again. If that's how I have my recording set up, I don't think it is. I'm pretty sure I set up my microphone so that way it only records mono. So that way I don't get any weird shit if I like shift around like this. It might because I can... I was gonna say I can hear to my headphones, but that's probably just because I have my microphone set up where it only picks up like conically in front of it. And if I get too far to the side, it cuts out like that. As much as I shit on it, and people shit on Blue Yeti in general, dude, my Blue Yeti, like, Micro Nano, or whatever it is, it's a fucking workhorse, dude. And in comparison to other, like, USB microphones I've heard, it does a pretty fucking good job. Like, it's an alright microphone. I have a little bit of issues since I updated the firmware on it, and it changed that, like the microphone knob, the volume knob on the microphone changes the PC volume instead of just like the output from the microphone. So that way I could crank my PC volume all the way up, but turn my microphone's output volume to low. So that way the sound coming into my headset would be low, even though the PC's on high. And weird. It was weird and it was good. But then I updated the firmware because I'm like, oh, it's you're supposed to have your all your technology up to date. They put out the new updates because it fixes things, and well, it fixed it in a way I didn't like. I could definitely fix that if I got like an actual like sound setup that isn't USB and just kind of like actual like aux cords and stuff. But that involves learning an entirely new skill set and new hardware, and it's different, and that means it's scary and it's bad. So what you're saying is...
卒業ってこと。
Graduated. Even I can hear the hypocritical ring in her choice of words. I feel like it's not a cause for congratulations, huh?
そのくらいはわかるんだ。
Yeah, normally graduating in the idol sphere is not good. Usually it's like, oh, they retired, they graduated. But also, you know, like certain VTuber drama that happened within the past year. You know, some big, you know, stink can pop up and the production company forces you to graduate. Not a great time.
そうよ。
Yeah.
アイドルから次のステージにとか言って手のいいリストラよ。仕事も随分と減ってるわ。桜子クラブの冠が外れた途端にね。
Yeah?
それはもうびっくりするくらいにね。ファンも熱心なファンほど消え
Yeah.
るのは早いものね。
That's gotta be a bit of a gut punch.
別に当てにはしてなかったけどね。
Oh, fucking idol fans? Yeah. They're either like the most hyper obsessed little fucking autistic weirdos in the world, or they literally don't care about the person. I'm sure that at least there's a couple who've stuck around, right? I try to come up with something, but it sounds flimsy.
言っとくけど、同情とかやめてよね。
She knows what I was trying to say and chuckles sarcastically. She stares into the mirror set up in the corner of the green room. From where she's sitting, she should have a clear view of her own reflection.
不思議なものね。桜っ子クラブを辞めたら、途端にいつものヒラヒラした服が。
Well, yeah, like I said with my audio setup, you know, change is scary and bad. She continues staring at herself in the mirror, even if it's, you know, change that you wanted. So it's hard. It's a little, you know, sounds more like she got the boot, but you know what I mean. Even you know, a big change that was your own decision and you made of your own volition is a frightening prospect. The sadness in her eyes gradually deepens by the second.
もう行って。そろそろマネージャーが戻ってくるわ。それに、あなたもお仕事があるんじゃない？
I mean, not really. But I'm not sure if I should leave her alone when she's clearly not doing well.
あなたがいると着替えられないのよ。
She already has an irrefutable excuse on hand. But I can't make myself walk out of there.
いいのよ。わかってる。こうなったのはあなたのせいじゃない。あなたに悪意なんてないことはちゃん。
Words of kindness only end up making me feel guiltier. She and hyper aware of how powerless I am to help.
さよなら、エディ君。
She mumbles before sitting down in a folding chair and burying her face in her hands, clearly exhausted. I see her slender shoulders tremble faintly. Man, she gets a lot of, like, CGs.
泣いてないから。
I appreciate it, but...
ただ、ちょっとびっくりしたから。
Yeah, you said it before, you just cry a lot, it's fine.
それで、涙が出てるだけ。
Now she's not moving at all. Unable to bring myself to say anything else, I leave the room. Ignorance can be cruel at times, along with helplessness. On my way back to the studio, Yuki's face pops into my head. There are those in the idol world who rise into stardom, and those who fall from it. The distance is the same, but the nuance is very different. I wonder, someday, will the entertainment industry turn its back on Yuki in the same way? I really want to hear her voice, so badly. The answer is inevitably yes. Specifically, the idol industry. Now, once she turns 25, it's over. You know, she's, you know, yesterday's fucking stale bread at that point. All right, 23rd. Nothing to do today. Are we gonna get a phone call or something? Nope. But hey, at least we get events. To the Cool Egg. Coffee's still warm.
うん。どうしたの？
For the first time in a while, I've attended two classes back to back, and I'm currently in the campus cafe. What do you mean?
どうや、さっきから変だ
Yeah,
ね。
you've actually been coming to school. It's really fucking
メイク
weird.
ばかりついて。
That's what I got to do tomorrow. I can just work on all my schoolwork. Ew, gross. It's the last week of the class I'm taking, so fortunately, that's a good thing. Yeah?
そうだよ。
Akira's attention seems glued to the table. He has to translate some kind of English document for class, so he's been glued to his dictionaries. He spares me a momentary glance.
ねえ、どうや。
Yes?
今日は見かけないね。
Nope. Doesn't matter that the cafe is fairly crowded during the lunchtime rush. We're sitting in our usual spot. Akira hasn't raised any complaints about the constant noise around us.
またそのため息。
Aside?
してたよ。
I see. I lean back in my chair, take a huge breath, and release my biggest sigh yet at the ceiling. I don't think she's ever coming back. So what you're saying is, I graduated. Knowing what to do. She probably sees herself as a failure. Knowing what I do, what to do, what? And knowing what I do, okay. So the chances of her coming back now that I know about it are slim. In fact, she's probably already got a pile of pamphlets to other colleges on standby. It's not actually that big of a deal. She'd been able to communicate that fact to her, but that stuff doesn't come easy for me. If I were an adult like Eiji with experience and a vast vocabulary, would I have done a better job? Yes. The answer is unabashedly yes. My words could be like gauze to bandage your wounds. Well, to be fair, her disgust with Eiji is more than evident. Though I've never been able to figure out why.
別にいいけどね。
This is the worst kind of breakup. Fallout that culminates in both parties never speaking ever again. There's no hatred, but I bring my paper cup to my lips. Yeah, that makes it worse. Because at least if you're like, oh, I fucking hate that person, you know, you can get some like vindication in never seeing them again. You can feel good about it. But it's just kind of like a kind of shitty bad situation where everyone feels bad about it. It's like yikes, and nothing but regret. The coffee is extra bitter today.
あら、自分の分だけ？
A voice slips past me and its owner sits across from me.
何よ。私がここに来たらね。
Yeah, we were like fucking brooding and he just busted in here on us. Sayoko glances away awkwardly. Her mannerisms and attitude are the same as before.
なんでまた。
With his head still down, his voice is muffled. I watched them, chuckling quietly to myself.
何がおかしいんだよ。
I'm not laughing.
じゃあ今のは何？
A sigh, maybe? Sounds as grumpy as always. His sullen tone rings out clearly over the hustle and bustle of the lunchtime crowd. What's this? Sayoko dumps a bundle of booklets onto the table. She brought all of them here with her.
廃品回収でも始めたの？そんなわけないでしょ。パンフレットをよく見なさい。
We both leaned forward, Akira reluctantly so.
国部あんの？
Oh, trying to find your major? For our department?
他にどこのがあるってのよ。
I rummaged through the impressive file. Each one showcases several impressive looking buildings, from the general education one we're in to several that clearly exist, but I've never seen. Literature, engineering, economics, a mixture of science and humanities.
学生課でもらってきたのよ、全部。
I'm proud of your efforts, but don't you just need one for the field you're interested in?
自分の可能性を簡単に狭めたくないの。判断するには
Alright, kind of have like a
よく知ってから
little sampler platter of like all the different departments. You know, try them out, find out what you're interested in. You know, you don't want to get into like the medical department and then like immediately walk out once they take you to like the dissection area where you just have to like work on cadavers. I want to say like anecdotally I've heard stories of like they do like the orientation for medical students and they show them kind of like the morgue area, and you know, people ask like, oh, what's the outlets for on the ceiling? And like, oh, that's where you hook up the electric saw so that way you can like cut apart the bodies. And people just like walk out at that point. They're just like, nope, not for me.
何？なんだ、知らないのか。あなた、今鼻で笑ったわね。
Hamlet, like a tiny ham? Isn't it fucked up that a goblet is a cup and not like a tiny goblin? You don't want to limit yourself too soon, but isn't it time for you to do just that?
二次試験は来年でしょ？
Oh, alright,
まだ
yeah.
先の話よ。
You're Ronin for now, okay. Can't believe she thinks a year is a lot of time. I feel somewhat responsible by proxy for a laissez-faire attitude. Though, are you only a Ronin if you fail an entrance exam? And you're, like, studying up for the next year? Or can you be considered a Ronin as long as you haven't taken the entrance exams? I forget exactly the minutia of the word, but one of you should let me know down in the comments. So that way I can farm interaction from you and YouTube promotes my videos. I reach towards a mountain of brochures. So, where are you gonna start? There's no answer.
文字ばかりで頭が痛くて。
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, I got that real bad when I was studying for my promotion test. It's just like the study guide. It's not even a study guide book. It's just a pamphlet. The good old AF1, AFH1, Air Force Handbook number 1. Just a absolute monster of just dense text where it's like, this is organizational hierarchy. This is fucking duties and responsibilities. This is customs and courtesies. Da 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 da. Just laid out entirely. No spaces at all. Just the page might as well just be entirely black with text. It's like you get a couple pages into that and you're like, oh, and you just want to die. It's awful. Not user-friendly in the slightest. Yep, pretty standard for a school intro.
いっそ尼寺にでも行けば。何それ？
I didn't know this was a religious school.
また鼻で笑ったわ。
I know you don't want to limit your options just yet, but it's going to be hard to talk about what you want to do without some sort of direction. Have you thought about joining the military? That's what I did. Put simply, what exactly do you want to get out of your education?
それはもちろん、キャンパスライフ。
Oh, you want to go to some fucking ragers, huh? Ah, that's what you want, huh?
そういうことだね。うるさいわね。あんたも復唱しなくていいわよ。
I understand how you feel. Mm-hmm. But we're gonna need some more criteria to make any kind of decision.
基準。
What are you interested in, generally speaking?
履修が楽で。
Damn, she's literally just like me. For real, for real. Okay, I can see that being important.
それで。
That's it? Nothing else?
つまり、死亡がはっきりしないってことでしょ？
Womp womp. She turns her piercing gaze on Akira. She doesn't say anything, though. I assume she can't disprove his valid arguments. What prompted you to study here in the first place? It was probably within close walking distance to her house. This is starting to feel like an interrogation. What made you want to attend college?
だからそれは。
Something other than campus life?
いや、
definitely saw her mouth about to form the word camp part of campus life. So?
それでって、だから、
She's clearly stalling. Is that cold sweat in her forehead? She strikes me as the type who doesn't seem to like studying at all, let alone have a favorite subject. Not like I'm any different. We're pretty much in the same boat. You probably had to come up with something in high school, right? Senior year wasn't that long ago.
3年もなかったわ。
Kira and I exchanged glances. You saying you didn't finish high school?
誰も高卒なんて言ってないわよ。
Yeah, she probably just took her test and, was out and about doing the idol circuit. Wait, you didn't?
高校出たとは言ったけど。
I guess I didn't realize there was a difference. So you mean you dropped out? That makes sense. She was busy with idol stuff. Rina dropped out of high school, and Yuki is currently struggling to stay enrolled in college. And that's one of the downsides of being active in the idol industry. It's one of the downsides of having a job, a full-time job in general. It makes school so fucking hard.
価値とか言うな。これでも大検とか受かってるのよ。
Alright. Well, she basically agreed with Akira's evaluation. Well, you've already cleared the hardest hurdle, so... Wait, she did? I didn't realize she took the exam. Well, that's a good point. If she hadn't passed the initial exam, there'd be no point in even shopping around. Why isn't she saying anything?
その予定。
Her value's looking bleak. You even take the exam in the first place?
もちろん受けもしないで合格の予定だなんて言わないわ。
Okay, then.
今は結果待ち。
This is clearly a very sensitive time in her life. Okay, well...
ご愁傷様。勝手に落とさないでよ。
Yeah, good for you, though. We happen to be a tutor in name only, but, we do have another side gig of preparing people to pass their college exams, so... When are the results announced?
来月の半ば過ぎ。
Wait, your exam results will come out in time for you to register for our college exams?
そっちの申し込みも済ませてあるわ。
You can do that without knowing your score yet?
そういうものなのよ。
Basically...
無駄にはならないわよ。どうして僕に言うの？
Well, ain't you a little fucking basket case. After leaving the cafe, I end up alone with Sayoko, giving us a chance to talk.
もういつまで待たせるのよ。男のくせにトイレが長いなんて。
Hey man, probably, taking a huge fucking stinker. I don't think he's taking his time on purpose. It's not like he knows anything about what happened between me and Sayoko. Maybe there's a lot of guys in there.
ほんと、どこまで行ったのかしら。
Her annoyance seems somewhat forced, like she's trying to hide the awkwardness of being alone with me. Still haven't touched on the emotional implications of what she mentioned at the station. Haven't been able to bring it up either. Now would be the perfect time to discuss it. But whenever I go to open my mouth, I'm overcome by shame. Station? Station. TV station. I was thinking train station. I'm like, what fucking train station? Like, there was no scene there. Like, yeah, the place that you work. Duh. She said too much, and I couldn't say anything back. If I rehashed what happened, it caused her still raw emotions to come flooding out in painful brilliance. And, to be quite honest, I still have no idea what to say beyond that point. Yeah, you essentially just kind of trauma dumped on him, and he's like, damn, that's crazy, and then he left. I mean, you kind of told him to leave, but still not great. That was not a good human interaction. That can't be of any help, then maybe it's better for both of us that I hold back from getting too involved in her personal life. At least, that's the excuse I make to myself. Still. Hey, what you said at the station?
そのことなんだけどさ。
before I can finish, she abruptly cuts me off, taking the words right out of my mouth.
言い忘れてたことがあったから、この機会に言っておきたいんだけど。
Sure. If she feels oddly obligated to finish her train of thoughts, then I'm more than happy to listen. I wait for her to continue. But the silence goes on a little longer. Then,
悪かったわ。テレビ局では取り乱して。あんな風に愚痴るつもりはなかったんだけど。
it happens.
自然だったから。
You get used to it.
だから、あれは気にしないで。
Also, I just noticed the leaves up there in like the top left. They're like blue. Like it's not just like, oh, they're a strange green. No, they're like turquoise. Like aqua blue. Like Baja Blast blue. I can't tell if it's from like the lamppost, like it's supposed to be like artificial light on them, or if it's just like interesting shading work. Because I see it up on the tree in the upper right as well.
多分あなたが思ってるほど落ち込んでるわけじゃないし、すぐに涙が出るのも事実だし。
It's fine, it's fine.
もし心配してたのなら。
Her voice trails off. I wait for her to continue. I get the feeling she's done. A lot of yawning. Ugh. What she just said was roughly the same as what she told me after dragging me into her green room. But now's my chance to actually say something, an act I regretted not taking last time. I also forgot to tell you something.
待って。
She suddenly stops me.
前も言ったけど。
Yeah,
安っぽい慰めとか。
don't want your fucking little pity party. If that's all you got. Well, that's kind of a stretch. Look, I'm worried about you. You can try to explain it away all you want, but I saw what I saw.
だからそれは。
At the end of the day, is the Sakura Club really worth all that angst? She opens her mouth to argue, but she gasps in surprise instead. I don't care if you're on your own or part of a club. But that outfit looked like it was made for you. You were amazing. You shone like a true idol. And when I saw you wearing it, all I wanted to do was watch you sing. Sorry for being purely visual here. I conclude with an awkward chuckle. She just looks at me wordlessly, like deciding whether to accept my words or not. Finally, I notice her take a deep breath.
そうね。歌手に聞きたいじゃなくて見たいだな。
I feel like her eyes just did a bit of a weird thing there when it shifted between like facial expressions, kind of like some like visual tearing, like if you don't have VSync on and you're playing a game and you get some screen tearing, kind of like that. Like it shifted like in the middle of one of her like halfway transitionary frames, and it just kind of went. Whoop. It didn't. Maybe I'm just going insane. Like I have like syphilitic brain rot or something. Yeah, sorry.
笑い事じゃないわ。ほんと安っぽい慰めだわ。
Well, seems like it did the job.
でもただだから受け取っておく。
You can at least tell it was genuine. She gives me a soft smile. The gloom is gone from her expression. Now she's back to being as cheerful as always. Wait, as always? I haven't known her long enough to say that, idiot. Where did those words naturally spring to mind? Seeing that genuine expression on her face in person versus on the television screen leaves my heart racing. Planning on coming back then?
ええ、もちろん。だってまだお茶をおごってもらってないもの。
Right, of course.
楽しみにしてるわ。お世辞じゃなくて。
The pressure's on, huh? Wow, she's like the first girl that, you know, you've actually had chemistry
別
with.
に待ってなくてもよかったのに。
It feels like when, you know, Yuki, it's just kind of like she was already his girlfriend, so there was like nothing really going on. She's like, yep, that's Yuki. It's Yuki there. Yuki, my girlfriend. Moving on. And then with Rina, he was always like fucking locked in the mindset of, oh my god, it's the Rina Okata, famous #1 idol. Whoa! And for him to like really connect with her, But, you know, it seems with Sayoko, she's kind of a stupid idiot, and it makes her more like... It makes her easier to connect to on an emotional human level, so I like that. The inflection of his voice gives away his desire to get home as quickly as possible.
ずいぶんな言い草ね。だって僕自転車だし。
What, like, one person can, like, sit on the basket, or, like, on, if you have, like, a luggage rack, they can sit on that, and then another person can stand on, do you have any, like, pegs in the back that someone can stand on?
それなら先に言いなさいよ。いつもそうだよ。ね、トヤ。
I mean, I know that, but she doesn't. Come to think of it. Hey, isn't Sayoko Kisaragi your real name?
本名よ。
And somehow, she figures out exactly what I want to know.
さよこでいいわ。その方が呼ばれ慣れてるから。
Just Toya is fine for me.
そうね。それじゃあ、お互い名前で呼び合うことにしましょう。え、僕も？もちろん、アキラくんもよ。
Woo! We wouldn't dream of excluding you, Akira.
トヤまでやめてよ。
And, you know, it's also nice that the, like, secondary and tertiary characters are actually, you know, showing up in a route, but I think I've talked about that before. Going back to college! This might be, like, the only fucking route he graduates, because he's, you know, actually attending classes, and he's not gonna get kicked out. Going to school.
トヤくん、一大事よ。
Yeah! Oh, just you, Sayoko.
どうしたの？
You just, like, jumped him as he turned a corner. I guess I zoned out there for a minute. Though, I should be the one asking you that.
重大な事実が発覚したわ。
Fine, I did that too. Just walk around completely disassociated. Oh yeah? Is that so?
何その反応？
Just something huge is relative, right? So what happened?
まずはこれを見てちょうだい。
Take a little look-see? For that, she offers me what appears to be some sort of color catalog. Is this the brochure for the school festival?
そうよ。この部分を見て。
Where?
ここよ、ここ。
The date?
そう。29、30日と書いてあるわ。
And?
それでじゃないでしょ。こんなにすぐだなんて不覚だったわ。大体どうして教えてくれなかったの？
That the school festival is in like a week? Like, wait, where are you going with this? Tell me you're still thinking about that. He had strongly encouraged Akira to ask Misaki out, but hadn't mentioned it since then.
あるに決まってるでしょ。あなたこそどうなのよ。
Hmm? I don't know.
何それ。
I don't even know if I'm going.
決めてないって。行かないなんて選択肢があるの？
When it's like your own festival and it's like you've been to them before, it's like I kind of don't want to. It's like when we do air shows on base. It's like, dude, I don't want to be anywhere fucking near an air show that's going on. They suck. Mainly because you're the one setting up, you're tearing down, you've seen them before, you've been dealing with all the noise for the past week of all the jets coming in doing their practice runs, and it's like, I'm just so done with this already. I don't care. She shakes her head at me in disbelief.
どうやくん。
Yes?
私、人生は貯金に似てると思う。
Uh-huh.
最初の方でたくさん楽しいことを経験してると、その先にはもっともっと楽しいことがあるんだって。
I'm not sure that analogy works.
せっかくのキャンパスライフなんだから、もっと積極的
I
に
gotta
楽し
store up all the
むべ
good
きだよ。
experiences.
そんな風にダラダラと過ごしてたら、4年なんてあっという間よ。
Otherwise, next thing you know, you'll be an old man in his late 20s starting to gray, realizing, like, oh fuck, like, I'm at that point where it's like, can no longer be classified as young anymore. I'm just a guy. Maybe I have been taking it a little too easily lately. Perhaps I should have a little more direction in my life. And I don't just mean with the festival.
そういうわけだから当日の案内はお願いね。
Why me?
だってお祭りなんて一人で行っても楽しくないもの。
I mean, you can be. I mean, yeah, I guess, but it wouldn't be bad if I had someone else to go with. For example, if Yuki just happened to have that day off. I know that's impossible, but a man can dream.
今まで芸能活動に追われて学園祭の熱狂を知らずに過ごし
Alright, we get it. It means a lot to you. We'll do it.
そんな私のことをかわいそうだと思うでしょ。
I know you're fucking game. What?
思うわよね。こんな可愛い子と一緒に学園祭を回れるのよ。
We have a
むしろ
girlfriend.
感謝してもらいたいよね。
Your words, not mine.
もちろん歌は苦手だけど見てくれには自信あるわよ。
I'm not sure that's something to brag about, but she does look like a model.
さあどうするの？さっさと決めてちょうだい。
Can I have a little more time to think it over?
やることなすこと牛のように呪いわね。何が不満なのよ。
Doesn't look like she's asking me for a favor.
ほらさっさと決めてちょうだい。
Sorry, I don't know if I can go with you.
本当に？
There's a chance I'm going with someone else.
アキラくん？
Nah, I mean, he'd be stoked about it, but we don't bat for that team. Of course not Akira. Doesn't matter who, but they're one of my close friends.
そうね。友情はそれだけ重いってことね。たとえ別の場所にいても、心はつながっているのね。
No, they're more like, I was about to say the bonds of love or something, but it's hard to even say he actually loves Yuki. Kind of like a relationship of convenience at this point. Like, they've been together for, quote-unquote, so long, 2 years, they're kids. But it's just kind of like how the comfortable norm. I want to go that far.
わかった。今回は諦めるわ。
Well, she accepted that surprisingly easily. I was prepared for her to be far more stubborn.
そして自分たちだけキャンパスライフを謳歌するといいわ。部外者の私にはまだその資格がないから。
Yeah, really ham it up. Never mind. She's never dropping it. Why didn't he ask Akira? It's the first name to come to mind. But I quickly remember he hates her.
彼はダメよ。学園祭なのに図書館とか案内されそうだわ。
Good point. She's not wrong.
それに、もう愛しの君を誘ってるかもしれないでしょ。勇気を振り絞って。
I doubt it.
ええ、まずないわね。
We're both equally awful.
でも、私と一緒のところを愛しの君に見られたら、彼だって困るでしょ。
I mean, there's probably a chance, like, Misaki's just asked him to go. Or, like, hey, do you want to hang out then? Because we're friends who have known each other for years? Like, a completely normal thing to do? Like, don't take that out of the cards. That's fair. Surprisingly so. Can't believe she put Akira's feelings over her desire to experience a school festival. Well, you're gently trying to look out for him, aren't you?
無責任に面白がってるだけだと思った？
To be fair, that's exactly what I thought. So all I can do is shrug my shoulders without agreeing or disagreeing.
私はいつだって真面目よ。これからは認識を改めてもらいたいものね。
We'll see, okay?
何よそれ。
You should come by yourself.
やめておく。お祭りの中に一人でいても虚しいだけだから。
Who knows, maybe you'll meet the man of your dreams there. On that, we're in total agreement. Okay, 26. I think it's another. Nope, not a college day, but just going to the station. Kind of want to go out, head downtown. Huh? Oh, I was spacing out. Yeah, I should probably read things. Is that Sayoko over there? Yep, sure is. Hey, Sayoko.
あら、トウヤくん、おはよ
Yep, morning.
う。それで
What are we going to talk to her about? Entertainment, I guess. Well, we are able to talk to her about literally anything, but it says entertainment, so we'll do entertainment, because it's about, you know, Sakurako Club. Man, you gotta be real conceited to name the entire club after yourself, huh? What was your position in the Sakurako Club again, Sayoko?
もちろん歌担当よ。
Oh yeah? Sounds neat.
立ち位置はセンター右寄りの前列。一期生の中でも出世頭だったんだから。
She's speaking in past tense.
歴代でも歌が上手い方だって評判だったんだから。
She doesn't seem to notice, so I decide not to point it out. Oh, that was quick. I guess we're just gonna go to the station for a couple days in a row and talk to her. Yep, head out, downtown. Yep, that's sure is Sayoko over there. Hey, Sayoko!
あら、トウヤくん。
Morning.
それで
Let's talk about your traumatic past in the entertainment industry, huh? What's it like being an ex-member of an idol group? Do you still keep in
あっ
touch?
ちは忙しあっちはあっちで忙しいか
Uh-huh. She corrects herself.
ら。リーダーといっても何か権限があって仕切ってたわけじゃないから。
Yeah, you're just the front man, you know, the face of the
あ
group.
くまで事務所と個人個人の関係で。やめとくわ。
Did I hit a nerve?
そうじゃないわ。あの子たちのことをとやかく言いたくないだけ。
Well, she may not have had any actual power, but I get the feeling they chose the perfect leader for the group.
何をニヤニヤしてるのよ。もう行くからね。
Well, that went well. Station again? Yep. But not the TV station, you know, the train station. Yep, downtown. Hey, is that Sayoko over there? Wow, it sure is. Huh? Oh, she actually called out to us this time. Oh, Sayoko. Sayoko seems to be in a good mood today. I should take advantage to chat with her for a bit. Entertainment! Hey, Sayoko?
何
How did you end up debuting?
うん
Huh? She's not answering. Should I have not asked?
そんなことないわ。そんなことないけど。
Yeah, how does one break into the industry? You know, did you go to an audition? Were you scouted? Like, her constantly shifting gaze seems to say otherwise.
ごく普通よ。
Okay?
面白い話じゃないし。
You don't have to answer if you don't want to.
別に隠してるわけじゃないから。別に。だから友達の付き添いで。
Okay. Just kind of thought it'd be a fun thing to do with one of your friends. Okay. And that's your official story, huh?
そう思われるから言いたくなかったのよ。
I guess it's true. So what happened to your friends?
受かったのは私だけだったわ。
Oh, that's too bad.
今までアイドルを続けてきたのもあの時の後ろめたさがあったからかしら。
Everyone has their own story, I guess. The 29th. Cultural festival, but we're not going. We're gonna go to the TV station. We're going to the AD. Off we go.
はい、トウヤくん。
Huh? Oh, Sayoko. Yep, good mood. Take advantage of it. Let's talk about romance. Hey, Sayoko.
何？何よ。
Ellipses. Just stare at you. You know, like the fucking Leon stare from Resident Evil 4 when he's strangling Ashley, when he's got the fucking worms in his brain. Sorry, it wasn't important. It'd be pretty mean to ask her about her love life when she's clearly starved for affection. Ring, ring, ring. Banana phone. Huh? Is it? We have plans? Yeah. Yeah, we are. We're totally going with another woman. Yep. Totally made plans. Fuck off, Yuki. Is that Rena over there? Yeah. Sorry, Rena. I really don't care to talk to you. I know we can stay at home, but can we just, like, go to a random part of town? Like, without anything? What if we go to college? I've never done one of the mystery ones before. But it's like it's an event one, yeah? Kinda scared because it's like, ooh, who could it be? Maybe I'll pop a save and just, if I can. Hello? I had to do triangle. You know, we'll go off script a little bit here. No, we'll go to this mystery event at the college. Going to school. Whoa. Place is packed. The amount of people is almost overwhelming. Not that I hate crowds, but I definitely don't fit in with this one. Maybe I'd feel differently if I had someone to walk around with. But Misaki, Haruka, and Yuki are all busy, so I'm on my own. Honestly, I'd even be happy for Akira's company. The moment that thought crosses my mind, I realize what an incredibly lonely person I am. I know I'm exaggerating a little, but still. I think about it. I'm not even sure why I went to the trouble of coming here just to have a depressing revelation like that. Well, I feel bad for Yuki, who's working so hard, but I should try to enjoy the festival as much as I can on my own. I'll watch some performances, eat some food, check out the attractions. Alright, yeah, just auto-completes. I'm back. I'm murmuring to myself as I enter my dark apartment. I'm exhausted from wandering through the crowds all day. It's amazing how worn out you can get even when you're all by yourself. Oh, that was fun. I mumble quietly to myself once more. Just trying to tell yourself that. Okay, and nothing happens. If that's the case, I'll just load, we'll go back, stay at home. Because it should just advance to the next day. Yeah. December! Stay home. Yeah, right? Right, yeah. Gotta go to the 4th. I mean, I guess he probably just, like, what, stays at home, cleans, because his, you know, and not to trash myself here, but his apartment is surprisingly clean for a dude that lives alone, that's in college, and works a couple jobs. You know, it doesn't really seem like the kind of guy who'd have time for a lot of, you know, upkeep in the house, but considering he just spends weeks at a time at home, he probably just gets bored and does, you know, cleans the floor, you know, vacuums under the bed, just to have something to do. Not the TV station. Where is she? 4th? Oh, it's an event. It's just an event where we'll probably get a phone call or something. Take it easy. Ooh, I wasn't watching the time. It's pretty late. Just take a bath and go to bed. So, of course, someone calls. Looks like I'm being watched. Nah, that's probably just being paranoid. Who could be calling so late at night? Yes, this is Fuji speaking. Sayoko? How? How'd you get her number? But, wait a minute. It's not what's bothering me the most here. How'd you get my number? You can't just well your way out of this one. She seems determined to feign ignorance. She must have gotten my number from the station.
それと、まだちゃんと謝ってなかったから。
Wait, you didn't?
きっとそうよ。あの時は尾形英二への分まで東也君に当たってたから。
Yeah, that you were. I remember it. Come to think of it, AJ was somehow involved in that entire ring incident. So, those tears in her eyes were AJ's fault? It's clear the incident still bothers her. She didn't have to call me about it, though.
それでは改めてごめんなさい。
Her voice sounds slightly muffled. I have a feeling she's probably bowing on the other end of the line. She's usually all over the place, but tonight she sounds oddly solemn and sincere.
これで貸し借りなしね。
I guess it does? Sure, let's leave it at that.
ところで今何してたの？
Nothing. I was about to hop in the bath.
東也君の部屋ってお風呂あるんだ。
For now.
なんだかおかしい。
What's weird about that?
ごめんなさい。東也君がアパートでお風呂に入ってる
Weird?
と思ったらつい。
I'm still not following. Just like that, we continue chatting about nothing in particular.
今近くにテレビある？
Yeah, right in front of me. Should I turn it on?
うん。ちょっと待って。
I think I'm on the right one. This special program on the soccer club, right? I was about to say, like, what is she saying? Like, a plane just hit the towers. Turn on the TV. Just in time for him to see the second one hit. And then the entire story changes into, like, a political drama. Hey, isn't that you? The girl in the middle with the ponytail. You were the one who told me to turn on the TV. This ridiculous back and forth is something I could unfortunately never do with Yuki. Yeah, Yuki's not much to have, like, a comedy act with. Like, sure, she could be the straight man, but she's, like, too straight-laced to be the straight man, you know? The straight man needs to be able to get a little angry, and Yuki would just be like, oh, okay. Like, just kind of, she's too doughy, you know? Nothing to bounce off of, it just sinks in. That's probably why this absurdly long phone call is almost kind of refreshing. Wow. So people refer to your group as Sakura Meow for short. But why the meow at the end? What, like... fucking, like, Doraemon? What? I'm sorry, cat robot thingamabob? That doesn't explain anything, yet she seems convinced it does. Apparently, the fact that it's an anime reference helps people overlook a lot of issues with the way she tries to use it. I'm sorry? Yeah, it's corporate idol groups, you know, just a rotating door of characters. So, oh, I get it. You mean this part? The program is about to talk about the past Sakura Club members in order, I guess. It starts with the original group who appear on the screen. You're at the end of the line. For Sayoko, watching this TV show must be akin to flipping through a photo album. Her usual despondent disdain for the idol industry seems noticeably absent. By the way, what kind of nickname did they come up for you? What? Words? What kind of nickname did they come up for you? What kind of nickname did they come up for you? Come up for you. Yeah, that makes sense. My brain just, like, didn't want to make it click. It seems like it was missing a word somewhere, but no, that's right. You had one, right? Like how the group is called Sakura Meow. Yeah, that's definitely not it. Why? I just want us to know about it more. Come on. I'm a little late for that, considering millions of fans already know. She's clearly waffling, not wanting to say it. The TV screen gives me the answer before she can. Ah, here we go. You're kidding, right? Your nickname is Kisa. I see. Kisa, huh?
しみじみと繰り返さないで。もういいでしょ。
This will give you enough concussions that you just completely forget about it and everything else from the past 4 years. Why is it just part of your last name?
知らないわよ。自分でつけたわけじゃないんだから。
Are you that distant from your own fans?
倒すわよ。
That's really too bad I can't have conversations like this with Yuki.
あら、もうこんな時間。
Yeah, it's tomorrow. Somehow we ended up talking on the phone for 2 hours. Okay, well, I should get going. He did the thing where he, fucking slaps his knees, stands up, and you're like, well.
あのさ。
ん？
この前言ってたわよね。お茶をおごってくれるって。
Man, you're really fishing for a date, huh? Yeah, I said that. It's been a while since I promised you that, huh? Sounds like she wants to cash in.
学園祭にも連れて行ってもらえなかったし。
I'm not sure I can bring myself to say no. Sure. When do you want to go?
別にいつでもいいわよ。
Don't you have a busy schedule?
あ、そうそう。ここ数日のうちなら割と時間あるから、割と。
Did she just let slip something she shouldn't have? How about this Sunday then?
ええ、それでいいわ。
Now I just have to decide where we'll go. She wants me to take her to a nice cafe, but the only place I know that fits the bill is Echoes. But I don't want to take her there. Too many people I know who I don't want seeing us together. Kira also works there, which only makes things worse. Especially with this previous misunderstanding. Must be somewhere else.
どうしたの？急に黙り込んで。
It's just that all the cafes I know are pretty sketchy.
なんだ、そんなことだったの。いいわ。私がいいところ知ってるから。
Hey, nice. Take all the hard decisions away from us, just how we like it. Hey, you're sure?
その代わり、あなたのおごりで。
Well, if it's a date, you know, we should be paying anyway. I've been planning on doing that anyway, so there's no way I can say no now. Okay, sounds good. Where should we meet?
お店が新見駅の近くだから。
Like, you know, not saying there's anything wrong with going Dutch. Like, if it's a first date, it's entirely, like, understandable to, you know, split the bill evenly. Well, not evenly, but you know what I mean. Each person pays for their own stuff. That's fine. But, you know, if it's just like a thing between friends, you know, treating one another, it's fine. You know, one catches the bill this time, another the other time. Sure, works for me. After discussing the cafe, we end up chatting a little while longer.
そろそろ切らないと。
At this rate, the call will go on until dawn.
前話したわね。
Yeah, we sure did. Seems like forever since the last time I talked to someone on the phone for this long. I wonder if part of the reason why we were able to go so far for so long is because we couldn't see each other's faces. I don't remember much of what we talked about. Which just goes to show how much fun it was.
うん。
Yes?
あのね、押し付けがましいかもしれないけど。
I can practically see the curious expression on her face. I can hear it in her voice over the line. She hesitates for a moment before continuing.
私たち友達よね。
For a moment, I found myself at a loss of how I should interpret that all too familiar word. I'm assuming she means it in the way most people do. That's the impression I get from her silence. That's a little embarrassing to say, but I managed to somehow keep my voice calm before giving my answer. Yes, we are. Kira might be your natural enemy, though.
そうかもね。
Her voice is finally back to its usual cheerful tone. However, I barely pick up a faint waver in her words.
それじゃ、おやすみなさい。
Yep, good night. Quietly hang up the phone. Not just because of how late it is. I didn't want to sully the end of this record-breaking phone call with a loud noise. The tension slowly drains from my body. When I finally am able to breathe normally again, I suddenly remember I was about to take a bath. And something else as well. I forgot to ask her for a number. Well, I guess this is the days before having, you know, caller ID and, you know, your phone automatically keeping a record of who called you. Tutoring session with Mana that will deal with, not now. Sorry, Mana. Fuck off. Ooh, sports arena. We've never been there yet, I don't think. We'll do these two events leading up to Sunday, and then that will be where we'll start next episode. Because these are just two normal, like, conversations like this, so it's no big deal if we just knock them out real quick. Oh, Sayoko. Seems to be in a good mood. Take advantage of it. Let's see. Sports arena. So do you, like, have hobbies? You play any sports, Sayoko? You play hockey? You seem like you'd be the goon. You dance and sing on stage, so you must need to do something to keep your stamina up, right? Yeah? Have you ever tried breakdancing or anything like that? Oh, that phrase is outdated, huh? What do the kids call it now? Hip-hop? Wait, is that something else? That's so cool, though. That you're a dance master. You're a dance in your own room kind of person, huh? I see. Do you get to use any of those dance moves in your performances? Yeah, but that's all like choreographed stuff. There's no like personal expression in there. At least for her kind of group. Her skill level seems to be steadily decreasing. Oh yeah? I guess we're done talking about dancing. Breathing is important. I mean, it's like part of stamina, though, being able to completely dive under the water and swim for long distances without having to come up. Because I'm pretty sure you can swim, like, farther underwater, you know, with the same force exerted as you would, like, on the surface. I think. Don't quote me on that. Sports arena again. Yep. Good mood. Take advantage of it. Got any hobbies? So why does it have to stay in shape, huh? I had no idea. Yeah, I can. No idea considering your fucking girlfriend's an idol, yeah? Yeah, you got a real tight bod there, Sayoko. I meant in terms of your stamina. Sounds nuts. And that you don't really do any sports? Oh, to be naturally gifted and have, like, physical abilities. I am none of those things. I am the most, like, uncoordinated fucking oaf in the world. She seems confident enough, at least. Oh, right. Dance is a full-body workout. Like a standing backflip? Just go whoop? A backflip. Whoa. Somehow I doubt it. Oh, yeah? Yeah? The tennis club, huh? That's pretty good. We should play games sometime. I have a female friend who's really into tennis. I'm not that bad at it myself. Oh, does Haruka play tennis? Is that her sport thing? I know she was the sporty childhood friend, but I don't know if they mentioned that tennis was her game. There's a tennis court not that far from here. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Whenever you have free time. So not tennis, huh? Can you ski? Well, you're in luck. I'm pretty good at skiing, if I have to say so myself.
何よその万能長者
I used to be able to snowboard. Last time I tried was a couple years ago, and I almost fucking died. I've told the story a bunch of times, but last run of the day, I was going down the slope. There's a jump coming up. I didn't want to go off of it, so I turned to avoid it. But the front of my board caught a divot in the ground, and I just tumbled. And I was on a pretty steep part of the course, so I just was, like, absolutely fucking, like, head over heels, tumbling, for, like, over 100 feet. And then I went, like, off the side of the jump. Like, I hit it at a weird angle and went whoop, and then I was flying through the air. Because I was probably, like, falling, you know, going, like, 15, 20 miles an hour down the slope. Just eating shit constantly. And then when I went through the air, it kind of, like, starfished. And then I landed on my shoulder with my arm behind my back. And was absolutely positively sure I fucking broke the thing. But after lying on the ground for a couple minutes, like, reorientating and, like, doing damage assessments, I, like, gathered up the courage to, like, do a pat down. And then I, like, took my good arm and, like, hit my shoulder. And I didn't get a searing lightning bolt of pain. I just felt it. I'm like, yep, that's my arm. And it's in one piece. I did it a couple times in, like, different spots. I'm like, oh my god, thank god. But then I tried to, like, push myself up and I couldn't. Like, the tendon was shot. For, like, a couple weeks, I couldn't take my arm, like, above 90 degrees. It was bad. Like, I could bring it up to shoulder level, but I couldn't, like, get it over my head or really put any weight on it. But, yeah. With that embarrassing story of my, like, almost death on a mountain slope, that is where we're going to end it here for today. So once again, like, thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell so you guys on next episode of White Album, Memories Like Falling Snow, where we're going to take Sayoko out on a nice coffee date. I kind of like her. I'm enjoying this route so far. So hope to catch you guys there. Later. Bye-bye.